Time is now is back to the rhymes. It's like, wow, he's back to the rhymes. I'm in the booth straight dropping dimes. Clark Kent, Daily Planet, the Metropolis Times. I write these raps while I'm under the gun. I see you back to get you some. A little bit of this and a little bit of that. Pure, raw, uncut rap. Back to the rhymes. Now's the time. Time to unwind because it's back to the rhymes. Back to the rhymes. Now's the time. Time to unwind because it is back to the rhymes. All right. It's changing. I'm never happy with my setup because I have a bright light here, but I have my thing here. I have glasses for eye, to turn on the light, but it's still not ideal. But we're going to make it work. All right. Put some down here. I guess I will use this prop to talk about a School Us album sales. Nothing happened in that regard this week, but I did ask for the sale, and somewhere in the sales process, I did try to get something to happen, and I will share with you what happened from there, but nothing happened exactly. My Reformation video. I delivered mail across the street from Volunteer Park earlier this week. That was pretty nostalgic. Pretty cool place to deliver mail there. I guess Macklemore lives close to the park himself, I heard. So that's cool. Maybe he'll see the video at some point. Okay. Since it's it's shot in his own neighborhood. Nothing happening there. You will be glorified. I did see Yumi today and talk to her, and we don't have any way to move forward, but it was really nice to talk to her. I have a couple ideas. There is a fellow I worked with at Video Only in years past who plays guitar, and he plays for his church, it sounds like. Even though when I worked at Video Only, we always had to work Sunday. I don't know if he's got that worked out. I hope he does. He's, I think, really good with the guitar, but I don't know if he knows a composer, but I thought I should try to talk to him. So that's in the works. YouTube channel. I did share with somebody about the CD, and then again, it's YouTube. Do you use YouTube? Do you use SoundCloud? He used SoundCloud, so I just had him check out SoundCloud, and he didn't apparently check it out, but he found me. I don't know how people decide this stuff, but you use SoundCloud, you would listen, but okay, maybe it's just not, he didn't get to it, but someone else did, so it hasn't been getting near as many activity lately, but it's happened a couple times where I tell someone about SoundCloud, they look me up on SoundCloud. They don't apparently listen to me on SoundCloud, but somebody else does. It seems quite interesting. The YouTube channel, so it's going steady. Nothing was happening from Tuesday till today. I have been promoting the Leon trilogy. Thank you. Lynn kind of gave the idea, and then I asked Leon. She said Leon series, but he liked Leon trilogy for a shout out to Star Wars. He's always on that Star Wars. So that works. So I've shared that. The playlist I've now shared with, I think, 11 or 12, probably about 11 people now. It's probably a niche video, but I'm going to keep working on it. My story, what I've been telling, like my supervisor, a couple of them at work, hey guys, just to let you know, recently I put up on my YouTube channel a friend of mine who almost died from COVID, and actually he was brought back to life 12 times. If you want, I could share it with you. I could send it to you so you check it out. Oh yeah, sure. Maybe they don't check it out, but at least I'm doing that, put it out there. So we'll see. I don't know what the ultimate potential is there, but I'm just glad to have it on there. I'm glad for Leon. He's helping to He's involved in the Sunday school and a Bible study. We're having good discussions. I think I'm gonna probably a song or two from now, maybe. He kind of laid out the big picture because it's always a work in progress. But I like to get that in maybe song form, possibly. I don't know if I could pull it off, but I always like to know how the story ends, and he pretty much explained what makes sense to me. So, our job, our role, that kind of stuff, and he had talked about where we fit in as Gentiles, let's say, but believers, of course. So, and traffic view wise, like hours watched, it's really doing well. It's getting better. So we're having a couple of days where almost 2 hours of view in a single day. It's really exciting. So I'm thankful for that. Anyone that's checking that out. I should also say, so as far as who was I was talking to that same person. He works for Amazon. He got it, which is cool. And he's talking about they were in their class. They were discussing how would you use social media to brand a company, that kind of stuff. He mentioned TikTok, and I also heard this morning on the country show they have a artist that they highlight, a new artist that's new to the countdown, maybe, and then they call it the launch pad. But they mentioned this artist, Cooper, I believe his name is. I don't want to say the last name wrong. Maybe it was Dawson, but Cooper, I believe. TikTok, YouTube, but also TikTok. So I don't know what happens with TikTok. Is that a 30-second commercial? But that's twice this past week I heard someone talk about TikTok. In addition, my friend in Texas wants me to get on President Trump's social media, so I will do that. I tried with my phone, but because it wasn't an iPhone, I guess I couldn't get the app on my phone or something. I don't know, but I assume I could do it with my computer. I'm not sure. Maybe I should have talked about that later, but that's okay. So that's all for YouTube, I would say, right now. Rules of engagement. All right, so I did do something, and I kind of stretched a little bit. And so this was related to the song I'm working on now, which is, of course, for YouTube channel. And I asked, I delivered mail for 1590 FM or AM. That's Salem Radio. It's downtown. And I was able to meet the producer. I got to meet the producer, Corey, there. She makes the commercials, and it was really nice. She showed me where she makes the commercials in that little office. Really pretty cool, not anything overwhelming. I didn't ask her where they get the microphones because I'm not ready for that. But I guess they use Adobe Audition. That's what it is. Adobe Audition is a $27 a month service. So that's what they use for their music program. And but my question was this. It's like I want to use a sample of Winston Churchill, let's say. Do you know how I would do that? She's like, well, I don't know exactly, but my understanding, because I said I'd heard it in David Bowe's show. She knows David Bowe's, his old radio show locally here. Was in the intro, and she said, well, it's different if you have a radio show and you're using a sample or a clip to promote a radio show versus having it in a song that you sell. I'm like, okay, because I was thinking, well, aren't you using the clip to promote your show, which brings in dollars, advertisement? They have a show about money, and they use that money, and they don't have to pay for that because it's a show. It's quite interesting. Dave Ramsey opens with that Baker Street. That cool saxophone. I always hear that every time, the intro. I don't know, he might have changed his intro, but anyway, that always pumped me up when I was getting into a show. And I did tell somebody about Dave Ramsey today, and he's buying How to Win Friends and Influence People, and I met him at South Center Barnes & Noble, and he's a football coach right down the block from me, 2-minute walk, 3-minute walk. So exciting. So exciting. So he's in a position to really, when we talk about this, so rules of engagement, I can't use Winston Churchill, it sounds like, or I can look up who owns the rights. Not going to be as easy as it is if you have a radio station. Yeah, this fellow here, he's mentoring young high schoolers. The book we were looking at, because he's like, well, what would you recommend? What I really appreciate him asking. I'm reading this Atomic Habits, and that's a good book too. I haven't read it yet. That's my next book to read after I finish the True North book. I was getting good stuff out of that for 15 minutes at Barnes and Noble, but we're looking at, I said, well, Dave Ramsey's got the 7 baby steps, and then it says 7, I think it said baby steps to being a millionaire, because and his comment was, I'm not really thinking about millionaire or anything, but I'm like, you're really not that far away. As long as you have all the pieces in place, you can get there fast, and all your players, everyone can do it. Everyone can do it. It's literally right there for everybody. It's just that's not being taught, So it'd be so exciting for someone like him. I don't know if he's married, but he doesn't have kids. Who's younger. I think he graduated within about 10 years ago. So he's in a great position to mentor. Speak into their lives, get so many people on the right track. So I'm excited to see about that, because he's he has a coachable spirit right now, because he's seeking how to get his finances in order, and that's he's prepared to if we can make some more, if we can continue the conversation, let's see. I say sky's the limit. So that's what that's all about. Find someone like that who's coachable. Let's roll. Very exciting. I said, I have a friend that played in the NFL. A guy like that could be a very good person to know. He sure is for me. All right, so merch. What would we say? Is sun setting, or this fate? This one's gonna close. I was thinking about showing the business card. Maybe I'll show it next time, because it's not a done deal. I thought I was gonna email them. Gosh, I didn't do that. I should have. I really should have. I'm going to make a big B on my hand here. I got 2 things I got to do. I can send off a quick email after this ends, because it's been a long search. Gosh, I don't know if I could pull that off tonight. I got to. As long as I don't have any snags, I'm sending it. Because I'm just going to send the same one I sent to the other place. So this place is called Bravo. I actually deliver mail there once a week, and it finally clicked. They do branding. I'm like, I see mugs, I see mugs, grocery bags, any branding, right? I just wasn't thinking about T-shirts, but we do T-shirts, and for a $50 setup plus 7 on the low end, 12 on the high end. No, 2 to 7. I don't know. How is that looking? I think I can get a shirt at about $7 each, minus the setup. If I want a cheaper cotton shirt, she told me that's fine just to get started. So I estimate I can get 10 shirts for what I have, which is in the neighborhood. It's less than $130, and then I got my merch. So let me do that after this show, and I can check that off. But that's good. I'm like, man, I've been delivering mail here for what? 5 months, 6, 7 months, 6 months. He just finally clicked. Goodness gracious. So that's good news, though. I'm going to have that done. So I'm thankful. Trump's going to thump. No new news there. Complete songs I've made lyrics for on YouTube. And that's a work in progress. Okay, nothing else to share. So go like this. Slide over just a little. Get rid of this. The light is, I'm not worried about too much. The Atomic Habits talks about it's not a motivation isn't as important as environment. I don't love this environment. I try to do what I can here, but man, if you have a good environment, your mind's clear, you're creative, you're more happy, confident. If you're in the right environment, you're doing a lot better. Like if I go to Starbucks, I can go. It's too bad the 40th floor in the Columbia Center is closed. For the same price, I could go to 23rd and Jackson, or I could go to the 40th floor of the Columbia Center for the same price of the drink. Wow, what a contrast that is. So what I thought I could talk a little about is that I think about the importance of kids. It kind of goes back to the coach, but our kids, we want them to have friends, it's hard to control who their friends are, but I see what an impact that makes. Our daughter's, it looks like she went to the family fun center today and started making some good friends. These seem to be good kids, so that's would be a total blessing, because for her, it's been hard to really make good friends, but it seems to be, she could be on track to be making good friends. And it's interesting because she has a uniform at her school, and the public school just a few blocks up the hill. I was saying, I think their uniform is showing your stomach and cut off tight everything. It's just incredible. What do they wear to school here? So, my wife's watching her show, and they're all congratulating the guy on the show because his girlfriend agreed to move in with him. Sorry, it's just such a different worldview, and it's such a different understanding of what it takes to have high quality relationships, high quality, these things that are everlasting. I've just seen, like what I was talking about with the football coach, so many things are not, the information's out there, but you got to go find it. It's not going to get handed to you. You literally got to go looking for it, unless you're brought up in a family where it's taught. So that's all for that. I'm going to finish this song and be on to the next one. All right. So, and I kind of thought I ended it, but I think I better do a little tweak that really ended it. I thought would be good. And let's see how long this takes too. So, their finest hour was this very moment, living life correct, living in the present, presented with this opportunity to make your presence felt for all eternity. Your kingdom come, your will be done. You gave us a son, you gave us your son. Now is the time to not Now is not the time to not stiffen our spine, to not lift one another up, to not fill one another's cup, so it can runneth over, and mow down the devil's schemes and plans to devour. Stop cold in this, their finest hour. So that was 40 seconds, and there would have to be a good however long to do an instrumental hook. Well, I'll give another 5 seconds. We'll keep going. The finest hour. You're looking at it. Time marches on, sure as I spit, and put it out for the record to mark my word. Duck the mark unheard, as it says in his word. Absurd, I think not. Snake lay in the weeds. There he plot his next move. It's our time to prove our God's for real. Though he came to steal, to kill, to destroy, our God's the real McCoy. In this, the finest hour. And so, what was that? Another 20? Oh gosh, I didn't really catch how long that was. Was that only 20 seconds to do that? So what I would do here, though he came to steal, kill, destroy, our God's the real McCoy. In this, the finest hour. Overpower his plans to devour. In this, the finest hour. So I would say overpower. hopefully overpower his plans to devour in this, their finest hour. Now, I'm not saying exactly who's who here. So I say it's time to prove our God's for real. Though he came to steal, kill, destroy, our God's the real McCoy. So I'm inferring Satan here. In this, their finest hour, overpower his plans to devour. In this, their finest hour. So that's pretty cool. Let me do it again. Their finest hour was this very moment, living life correct, living in the present, presented with this opportunity to make your presence felt for all eternity. Your kingdom come, your will be done. You gave us the Son, you gave us your Son. Now is not the time to not stiffen our spine, to not lift one another up, to not fill one another's cup, so it can runneth over and mow down the devil's schemes and plans to devour. Stop cold in this, their finest hour. All right, go another 5. And their finest hour, you're looking at it. Time marches on, sure as I spit, and put out for the record to mark my word, duck the mark unheard, as it says in his word. Absurd, I think not. Snake lay in the weeds, there he plot his next move. It's our time to prove our God's for real, though he came to this, their finest hour. What is that? Okay, so that's really short. Huh. I mean, that was not long at all. Better go another verse, I guess. How could that be so short? Okay. Man, I was ready to do the next song, but all right, I'll do another verse then, because that seems very short, especially if I don't have a hook. I mean, it's an instrumental hook, but I have another song. I don't know. What should I do? It's so short. Yeah, I've got to remember it. I got it down pretty good. I got my next song down pretty good, so I think it will be all right because it's good. But this song, I can't leave it on just that short. Okay, so I stretched it out. I'll probably stretch out the final just one more. So just got to have little patterns and have fun with it. So just start with their finest hour, right? Oh, challenging myself. I thought I was going to be done. Okay. Their finest hour, you're a witness to. History in the making. Did I say that? Their finest hour. You're a witness to history in the making. Let's see. I want to say this right. I can make this rhyme, but I have never exactly said. You're a party too. You're a party too. Like you're a part of it. And I hope I'm saying that right. Yeah, I don't know. History in the. You're a witness to history in the making. I guess I'll just say it like this. From a special crew. Who knew what to do and did it. Brought glory to God. Not hid it. Today we talked about the gathering of the gathering, the gathering. The believers, right? The strength, the power, right? So, brought glory to God, not hid it. And hit it out of the park. Yep. Hit it out of the park. Walked in the light, not the dark. Walking in the light, not the dark. What was the spark? What was the spark? I did witness a mustard seed today. No bigger. What was the spark? What was the spark? I might think about that for a week. What was the spark? What was that moment that's where you hit the limit and you say you got to turn this around, turn this around. Oh, I didn't talk about it. We got campers right there on Lake Union. Nice area. I'll be working on it. I want to talk about that. That we can talk about for next week for this song as well.